So today, while I was preparing for our chat, the guides had a few very explicit things they wanted to mention. And this month in the membership, the content that's being developed for you is all around manifestation. It was supposed to be inner child this month. And the guides were like, nope, this is what we're doing. And of course, I just followed the guidance, not thinking about it. But then to have Lionsgate in the first week, it was like, oh, right, of course, because that's a time of amplified energy that we can use for manifestation. And so the first thing they wanted to talk about was the energy of 8, and in particular, the symbol of 8. 8 being the symbol of infinity. It also has that really beautiful balance on both sides, right, in the swoops of the infinity. And that is a huge part of the magic of Lionsgate, is the energy of 8, is the symbol of infinity. And the other thing that they were bringing through around it being lion, which was really interesting because we're talking about the balance of that symbol, is the balance of energy within male lions and female lions. So female lions are the ones who go out and they're the doers. They are the huntresses. They are the ones who go out and bring food back. That is the active, which is usually the opposite, right? When we think about active energy, we tend to think about the masculine. But in the case of the Lionsgate, it's the feminine. It's the doing. And then you have the energy of the lion, which is relaxed. It is receiving. It is chill. It is laid back. And there is something about that energy too, that it's not so much that it's a lazy energy, but it's just so certain. It trusts that it will be provided for. It trusts that this is coming. So it doesn't need to be in that active state because it knows that the other side of it is coming. And so when we're doing this work around manifestation, we need to find that balance of both. The things that we need to do for ourselves so that we are clearing, so that we are making way, so that we are opening up, so that we are even clear about the things that we want to draw in and attract in the first place. And we also need to go out and do things. So we can't just sit on our meditation pillows and kumbaya ourselves until we're blue in the face. I know I've talked about this a lot. We need to also be in a place where we are working on ourselves, putting things out there. We can't expect for things to happen if we don't even leave the house. And we need to be in that receptive trust state so that you are showing up and doing your part, and you are also allowing the universe to provide you with something even better than you could have dreamed of yourself. Now, I am someone who is, I'm trying to find a nice way to say it. I am chronically self-reliant. And the guidance that I've been getting through my teachers has been, that I have this energy of, I desire, I want to magnetize, I want to amplify, and all of this work similar to what we're doing with Lionsgate. And then I'm simultaneously deciding that I have to do it all myself, and I'm not allowing the universe to show up for me. And some of that is, a trauma response and whatnot, but there's also this need to lean into being held. And that's the part that's a little uncomfortable for me, and I know it's going to be uncomfortable for some of you as well. And if we don't do that, if we don't open up in that way, then we're basically telling the universe, hey, I want to magnetize these things, but don't worry, I got this. I'm going to do it myself. So we're sending mixed messages. And in doing so, we're also blocking the flow of abundance. So while we're in this state of Lionsgate, and you've got the portals open for a couple of days, even though today is the strongest point, I want you to think about what needs me to, what's the doing that I need to do? What's being asked of me? How do I need to show up? And where do I need to trust? Where do I need to open up? Where do I need to allow? Or that really uncomfortable word, where do I need to surrender? Surrender is a word that's been coming up for me a lot in my readings in the last week. And every time it comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we're going to do that. And it's okay if it's uncomfortable. It's actually perfect. Exactly however it is, however it shows up for you. And that's the work that we do. And of course, if you're hearing all of this and you're like, no, she's wrong, this doesn't feel true for me, then of course you have to honor your own knowing. But There is a reason you're listening to this now. There is a reason for whatever reaction that you're having. And the guides brought this forward for you. So sit with that, see what percolates, see what comes up and how it feels. So with that, let's open up the circle for today's activation. And you can, of course, invite in any of your own spiritual team, the folks that you work with. And for me, I'm going to open up the circle with an invitation to the angels, the guides, the ascended masters, the ancestors, the animal messengers. Those who are known and those who are unknown, who are walking alongside us in support of our highest good, our highest truth, and our highest purpose. We ask that you bring forward only the information that is of crystal clear clarity today. That you help us feel grounded in these new amplified energies that we're about to invoke. And that you hold our physical vessels so that we feel safe to journey through this portal today. For all of this and more, we thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you can close your eyes or soften your gaze, whatever feels safest for you. I invite you now to imagine in your mind's eye this really beautiful, lush green field. And it is so clear and it runs so far that it looks like just infinite field. The horizon is in a really, really, really distant place. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. You feel the warmth of it on your skin. And in front of you is just vast openness. But in this state of vast openness, it's also so lush and rich. It is abundant. You want for nothing in this space. And as you make your way through this beautiful field, you'll notice that there's something that's kind of shimmering in the distance. And it's a little bit iridescent, it's a little bit rainbow, it's very reflective, very glowy. And of course it beckons you, it calls you forward. And even though it's far away at this point, you can feel it because it is amplified energy. It is expansive. It is magnetic. And it calls you and it pulls you and it draws you in, and slowly you make your way towards it. And what you see, appearing as though out of nowhere, amongst this wide open field, is this glowing archway. And there's something familiar about the energy here. It's like everything that you have known and lived and experienced, but higher vibration, more magnetic, more turned up. You can hear this hum. It has a sound, not like an electrical hum, but almost like a choir of angels in a distance. And when I say a choir of angels, I mean like thousands of angels. And this gateway is the literal portal that is opened up for Lionsgate today. And they want to be very clear that for this activation, the purpose is not to walk through this archway, but to stand within it. And so, if you're ready, I invite you to do that now. To stand in the middle of the archway. And it is big and it's tall. If you were to stretch your arms out from side to side, you wouldn't be able to reach the edges. If you put your arms up, you wouldn't reach the top. And even though it has this beautiful space, this expansive feeling, you feel held. You feel anchored and supported. Because the energy that it was in within this archway, that is held in this space, is holding you, is cradling you, is helping you to feel safe and secure. And with that, there is this message that in these states of expansion, of up-level, of growth, as we do this healing and this reclamation so that we can be in these places, that it is safe for us to do so. And that our body and our energy field knows what is meant for us and what is not. And if we have been called here to this moment in time, it's because we're ready. You are ready. As you stand in this big open archway, you can feel the light of the glow that is emanating both inward and outward. And the inner part of this archway, the lights that come down and cradle you, that touch you, they start off first just reaching your auric field. And you can feel as soon as that contact is made, because something awakens in your energy body. It feels electric, but in a good way. It's like lightning made of joy. And it first starts to strengthen your auric field. And that same rainbow iridescent light that comes through this, that runs through your aura. And the energy starts to strengthen. So anything that you have experienced that you haven't, actively worked on that has had any impact on your aura, any nicks, any tears, any holes that are made from unhelpful energy cords that have been attached to other people or other situations, all of those little seams, any little cracks in the field are filled. This field, your energy is tightened, is strengthened, is healed, is stronger. And then from this place of completeness, your energy begins to expand. It expands from side to side. It expands in front of you and behind you, above you and below you. And it starts to reach out further and further. In fact, it bypasses the archway. And with this is this delicious magnetism that helps you to call in all that you need, all that you want, all that you desire. And with that, it's also repelling the things that are not meant for you. Old belief systems, old habits, old patterns, old critical thoughts that are telling you that these things that you're calling in aren't meant for you, or aren't possible for you, or that you're not worthy and deserving of them because you are. And this strengthened auric field does this beautiful work of reaching out to bring in more goodness and pushing out to keep the things that are not meant for you away. And while these are two different active states for the energy body to be in, you in your soul body gets to be in the state of receiving. You get to work on the trust, the certainty, like the male lion. knowing that you are doing the work for your energy field, and now your energy field is out there working for you. And it strengthens and it expands. And it may go so far that you can't feel the edges, and there might be something in you that feels a bit intimidated or a bit scared of that. Lean back into trust. Know that everything that it is doing for you is meant for you. You wouldn't be guided here if it wasn't. With this work of magnetizing and repelling, there's also a refinement and an alignment, sort of a course correction and a redirection to your highest timeline, aligned to the divine timeline, one that maybe doesn't work on the schedule that we had planned, but is the one that is in our best interest and in our highest and greatest good. And it's trusting the energy, trusting your soul to know, to direct, to guide. Now, in this place of expanded consciousness, expanded aura, this open, strong, energetic bubble that you are held in while you stand in this beautiful doorway, this glowing arch in the middle of a field on a perfect day, you start to feel a warmth and a light stirring in your solar plexus. And what starts out as the usual yellow glow that you would have in this space begins to swirl and begins to turn into that same rainbow iridescence that we have from the portal. And we feel the energy in this chakra begin to strengthen and expand and grow. And with it, it brings in an activation of courage for you to be able to go out and do the things that need doing, to call in the things that you desire. Courage to face the fears and the beliefs that tell you that it's not meant for you when you know in your heart that it is. Courage to examine the shadows so that you know where next to heal. And courage to trust that all of this is coming to you and so much more. There's also an activation in your confidence, in your knowing of the I am, of all that you are, and all that you bring, all that you are worth, which is infinite, like the energy we are dancing with today. That confidence comes with security, this unshakable stance, this innate trust in self, so that no matter what you are handed, you know that you can handle it. You've handled everything that happened before this moment and everything that'll happen going forward. The good, the bad, all of it. You have got this. We feel an activation in the certainty, the deep, deep trust. The energy of that male lion who is happy to lay in the sun because he knows that the work is happening. He knows that he has done all he needed to do. It's this culmination of the courage and the confidence that builds this certainty, this knowingness that it's all yours, it already is, and it always was. And we take this swirling ball of energy now, and we drop it all the way down into the root chakra. Yes, this activation, this light, this awakening that is happening, we want it in each and every fiber of our being. And so we drop it into the root so that we may always feel a deep, secure state of protection, of safety, of groundedness. We guide that light up into the sacral so that we may feel passionate, so that we may have connection, so that we can be creative forces for good. We move it through the solar plexus up into the heart so that we may love unconditionally ourselves and others, so that we may forgive with a big heart, a big healed heart. And again, forgiveness for ourselves, for others, so that we may have this pure connection to each and every soul on this planet, because we are all one. That we may know not just deep love, but deep compassion and deep consideration. The energy moves up into the throat, and it awakens our sacred truth, including the things that we were afraid to admit or to look at, in particular around the things that we desire. It awakens our voice so that we may give voice to this truth, so that we may speak up, be heard, have impact. And because it's coming from this place of this grounded certainty in all that we are, that we feel ready and safe to express all of that through the channel of our beautiful sacred voice. We bring that glowing iridescent ball of energy up into the middle of the forehead to the third eye, the ajna. And it activates our ability to see the unseen, and with that to trust what we see, what we know to be true. It also activates our vision in the physical sense, so that we have a keener eye and a sharper detail, so that we can see between the lines. And again, that we have this certainty in what we see, so that we aren't questioning it or doubting or gaslighting ourselves. We know that it is true because we see it. And it also expands and activates the energy of the visionary, the person who can see the world and themselves in it in a completely better place. The dreamer, the one who can tap into this energy we are in right now of infinite possibility, who knows that it's readily available, and who can see how to apply this energy into making their world and the world a better place. And we move the energy up into the crown, where it connects us to the divine, to the eternal oneness that is all of us, connects us to the stars, to the cosmos, to the planets, to the angels and beyond. A reminder that this connection is with us always. Amplified now, here, yes, in this moment, but amplified always because it is your birthright. And any time that we need guidance, or if we feel fear, or if we're lonely, that we can lean into this connection where we can allow ourselves to be held by the arms of the angels, wrapped in their wings. This clear channel is your divine birthright, and it is here for you forever and always. Take a moment to just be with your body, standing in this archway, feeling the energy flow, hearing the hum, watching the lights move, rainbow and iridescent, traveling through this infinite loop in this archway, up and around and down and through the ground and over again, up and around. And feel how the light within you that has been activated in this portal, how it has moved chakra by chakra to wake up, to activate, to initiate you. And when you're ready, take a big step forward, out of the portal, through the archway, onto the lush field of the other side. And feel the grass beneath your feet and the wind on your skin. And what can you hear in the distance? What can you see? What can you smell? Because you are now in this heightened state. Your aura has reached out and is doing the work of magnetizing and repelling for you. But in this, you, the human, doing this work, navigating life, honoring your soul's journey of being a human in this time. Your senses are heightened and awakened. For the next 24 hours, you'll be able to perceive more, because this is amplified and magnified too. And notice your body. Does it feel any different? What changes are on this side of the portal? Now, and take a deep breath. We place our hands on our heart and just have gratitude for this moment, for this work, for this time together, for this opportunity to work in this energy of the infinite. And we thank all of the divine beings who've come and held the space for us to do this work today, who've allowed us to feel held and safe and supported so that we can dive into these energies, so that we can work on flexing that trust muscle so that we can be in that state of receiving. And with that, we close the circle with love and gratitude in our hearts and the courage to move forward through the rest of Lion's Gate, aligning to our highest timeline and our greatest desire.